Good evening. Today we are going to see the test on bricks. Already we have seen compressive strength carried on bricks and that related frogs, how we have to fill these frogs, that already we have seen in last video. Now in this video we are going to see the different field test, and then also we are going to uh, see the water absorption test, efflorescent test, which we are going to carry it out. All these tests, if we will see, are field test. So now first, what is preconditioning for water absorption of bricks? Preconditioning means we are going to say that how we are going to prepare the specimen for this test, and that actually IS code are mentioning as preconditioning of the bricks. Now this is part two. We have seen part one. We have for compressive strength. Part two we have for water absorption test. And here you can see. So what are the different steps we have to follow for prepare the specimen? One, dry the specimen in a ventilated oven at a temperature of 105 to 115 degrees centigrade till it attains substantially constant mass. So that is first step. Then what is second step? We have cool the specimen to room temperature and obtain its weight M1, that is in kgs. So this is our second step. And third step we have specimen warm to touch shall not be used for the purpose. So these are the three steps we have to go for to prepare the specimen for water absorption of bricks. Now, what is the procedure? Then you can see we have this procedure. Step one, immerse completely dried specimen which are from preconditioning in clean water at a room temperature. So you have to keep in mind we have 27 plus minus 2 degree, and that is for 24 hours. We have to keep the bricks for 24 hours. Then second, remove the specimens and wipe out any traces of water with a damp cloth and weigh the specimen. This is second step. And then we have third step, complete the weighing 3 minutes after the specimen is removed from water, which is M2. So you can see M1 we have, that is dried specimen. M2 we have, that is keeping in water for 24 hours. Then what is formula for water absorption of brick? Then we have water absorption percentage by mass after 24 hours immersion in cold water is given by the following formula: M2 minus M1 upon M1 into 100. M2 weight after keeping in water for 24 hours, M1 of that is of dried specimen, and that will give us the percentage of water absorption because we are multiplying it by 100. Now, what is the criteria for water absorption? Once we got this value, then we have the bricks when tested in accordance with the procedure part 2, 1992, after immersion in cold water. Water absorption shall not be more than 20% by weight up to class 12.5, and 15% by weight for higher class. So we have seen we have this class according to the compressive strength. We have 11 classes. And then we are going to say up to 12.5 class water absorption allow, that is 20%, and for higher classes, that is greater than 12.5%, 15% by weight for higher classes, that is above 12.5 class. So this 12.5, that is the compressive strength of the bricks, and 11 classes we have already seen in compressive strength. What is the procedure for efflorescence? Now we can see the procedure that is given. This is IS uh, 3495 part 3. Part 1 compressive strength, part 2 we have, that is water absorption, part 3 we have, that is efflorescence. Place the end of the brick, this is first step. Place the end of the brick in the dish. The depth of immersion in water is 25 millimeter. This is first step. What is second step? Place the whole arrangement in a warm, well ventilated room until all the water in the dish is absorbed by the specimen and the surplus water evaporates. cover the dish containing the brick with suitable glass cylinder so that excessive water absorption from the dish may not be occur. This is our second step. Third step we have, so in second step we have to keep this in ventilated room, and that specimen and that dish will be covered by the glass cylinder so that excessive evaporation should not be there. Third, when the water has been absorbed and bricks appear to be dry, place a similar quantity of water in the dish and allow it to evaporate as before. Means we have to do the process twice and then examine the bricks for efflorescence after the second evaporation and report the results. So simple, we have to keep brick in the dish with water up to 25 millimeter. Then we have to cover this with glass cylinder, and we have to keep it at room temperature around 30 degrees in well ventilated room. Then after this evaporation we have to again keep the same quantity of water in the dish and allow to evaporate, and after second evaporation we have to report the results. Now, what will be these results we are going to say? What are the liabilities of the bricks, and that are given nil when there is no perceptible deposits of efflorescence. Efflorescence, we have soluble salts on bricks. So that is white we have on these bricks, and that white we are going to say that is deposit of efflorescence. And then nil when there is no perceptible deposit, slight when not more than 10% of the exposed area of the brick is covered within a thin deposit of salts. Then moderate when there is a heavier deposit than under slight and covering up to 50%. So this is not more than 10%, slight, moderate up to 50%, heavy we have more than 50%, but unaccompanied by powdering or flaking of the surface. So this is not there. Powdering or flaking is not there. When there is heavy deposit along with powdering and flaking of the exposed surface, then that bricks are serious, and we have to think that we have to use it or not. Now, what is the criteria for efflorescence? So that is clearly given, that rating of efflorescence. This is given in 1072, and that is given the rating of efflorescence shall not be more than moderate up to class 12.5. So up to class shall not be more than moderate, means we can have up to 50%, and slight for higher classes, means that is allowed up to 10% for higher classes. So that we have to check. If that criteria is not satisfied, we are not going to use that bricks. So keep in mind, up to 12.5% moderate means up to 50% of exposed area, that deposits up to 50% of exposed area, and for slight for higher classes means only up to 10% of the exposed area. Then how hardness test is carried out? So if the bricks does not undergo scratches using the sharp tools or fingertips, then we are going to say bricks good are good for hardness, are good for hardness. Or we can say hardness test is satisfied, and we can use that brick against hardness. Then how tests are carried out on bricks for shape and size? So shape of the brick we can say should be perfectly rectangular and should be with sharp edges. So we have, so perfectly rectangular means we should have all dimensions should be perpendicular to each other. So we should have exact all dimensions perpendicular to each other, and that we are going to say is perfectly mm, in shape and perfectly in size. So sizes of the bricks should be 19 centimeter by 9 centimeter by 9 centimeter. Then we are going to say bricks are good in size. Then what should be the color of good bricks? So bricks should have uniform copper red color throughout. So radish we are going to say, so that should be uniform red color. The house soundness is performed on bricks. So we are going to struck two bricks against each other. If it gives bell ringing sound without breaking, then we are going to say that bricks are good bricks. against soundness. So these are the some questions which are related with your bricks. One, this is second part of the questions on brick. First part already we have seen of the bricks. So thank you.